Yo, this is the last one. I'm gonna do a top 5 mid-year mixtape for 2014. But I do want to do some honorable mentions. These is what I like. I don't care if what y'all like, and people be like, oh, the underground type shit, and that was whack, or this is what I like, what I can listen to, you dig? Some honorable mentions, of course, J.R. Ryder, Block 6, you know what I mean? Dobie with Dope, Diary of a Trapper, Dope 3, CMG Presents Chapter 1, what else? 2 Chainz with Freebase, and Chinky Drugs with Cocaine Riot 4. Now let's get on to the top 5. Number 5, Fat Trail with Bleach. Now, I haven't been the biggest Fat Trail fan. I actually, like, how did I learn about Fat Trail? I think fucking with Chief Keef and listening to his music and seeing this nigga. Back when niggas used to call him like an ugly looking motherfucker. Like, I remember that shit. Like, who was Chief Keef with the ugly nigga in the video? Pause. But I remember his mixtape a long time ago, like the Nightmare on Elm Street shit. But based on his face, I was like, what is this? I didn't know that, you know what I mean? So definitely like Sex, Drugs, and Money, that mixtape. And Guns, Sex, Drugs, Money, and Guns, that was the mixtape where I was like, alright, I start listening to him, you know, Wale, you know, bigging him up and shit like that. But then when Bleach came out, it was just something about the way he promoted it, the way he kept talking about it. This is the MMG era when he's, you know what I mean? So I definitely fuck with that mixtape, man. That shit was hard body, though. You know what I mean? He's been quiet ever since then. I don't know if it's because of the slack of his, the mixtape cover where it had the bitch from Glee with the cum on her face, pause, but that shit was classic. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. Like, I thought that was dope, and then I think a week or two later you see the new cover with just him. I'm like, oh, that shit was way better though, you dig? That kind of took some of the momentum away from that, you know? I'm glad I actually had that cover before they changed it. But yeah, man, that shit was just crazy. So yeah, that's my number 5, man. My number 4, XV Madness Begins. This is a mixtape that started in March. And he definitely did his thing. He did like 4 parts to it. You know, but this was the first one with original music, and I think he did the last 2 with original music. I think the second one was with all other people's beats, and the last 2 was with original music. But XV definitely, you know, been doing his thing for a minute. I've been following him since his mixtapes, X to the B, Pop Culture was one, his Square Ends Volume 1 mixtape, 30 minutes, I think it's called 30 Minutes to Layover, I forget, but it's just I've been following him for a minute, but he took a hiatus for a cool minute, but then when I seen he was coming back, I thought that was dope, man. So that whole March Madness theme trilogy, go check that shit out, that shit was fire. That's my number 4. My number 3, I'm gonna have to go with Young Roddy, Route to Ruler, based on, like, he can spit his ass off. I haven't heard a whack line, a whack song, bar, nothing from him, man. This mixtape was just dope. The mixtape cover was fire. He did his thing on it, and he from New Orleans and spit. You know what I mean? So that's the thing where it's like, I don't get it. Where it's like, yo, what's wrong with Wayne? Like, these niggas can spit. You know, Currency definitely damn near do his thing somewhere. What's wrong with Wayne? I don't get it. It's just, that makes me look weird when you see niggas that's from Louisiana, period, the state, period, and they spitting, and it's like, yo, Wayne, what the fuck is that? Is it the drugs that really got you fucked up? Of course, y'all see him in the background. I'm still a Wayne fan, don't get it fucked up, but I just never understood that. But yeah, that's my number 3, man. My number 2 and my number 1 was kind of hard to decipher from, but I'm gonna give it to y'all. This was hard for me to pick, but John Connor, Best in the World, the cover with the Kanye version of it, not the Biggie. That it was so difficult to pick which one that I actually wanted. That I want to use the Best in the World, you know what I mean, with the Kanye songs, or the Best in the World, you know, the tribute to Biggie. At the end of the day, I just felt like I listened to both of them back to back to back, and I just felt like he gave more of an edge with the Kanye shit, because some of them fucking songs, it just felt like, how the fuck, like, I couldn't see him doing that to it, you did? Because I kind of was like, I don't know, you know, because Kanye did some epic shit, you know what I mean? So how can you put your twist on it? And he did it. The Biggie shit, I kind of got it, it was good. But the dopest song on there is the Sky's the Limit shit. Like, that killed it. So I felt like the Kanye one had more songs where I felt like, okay, that was more of an edge. And then the Biggie was cool, but I just felt like it was kind of easy for him. You know what I mean? No disrespect. So John Connor, Best in the World, man. Oh, shit. I'm not going to make it a big story, but when he did the Jay-Z Blueprint shit, right? We all thought that was epic. You feel what I'm saying? I thought that was epic, cause I'm like, yo, cause you gotta be a bad motherfucker to get on a Jay-Z or a Nas beat. Let's keep it real. You can't be no slouch. So when he did that, I'm like, alright, I haven't listened to it yet. I downloaded it. I'm like, alright, long as he don't do no Blueprint type beats, cause nigga, that's a classic. I don't think you fucking with that. And he did some of them. And I was like, yo, this nigga can spit. But I've heard him before this, but I think that's what really got me onto him. Like, really, really, really listen to the lyrics and shit like that. So he got to the Eminem, and I was like, this nigga's crazy. Like, what's going on? Like, is he really gonna spit? But then he fucked with it, and I was like, okay, for sure. I've been waiting. You know, he did the Why You Sleeping mixtape. He did the album, independent album. And then I was waiting to get back to that, and he kept calling himself the best in the world. So when this shit come out of nowhere, though, like that shit came out of nowhere. It wasn't even called this. It was like the whole Kanye shit, and then he just said, fuck it, best in the world. So I was like, that was dope, waiting for another one. When people was asking him on Twitter, Instagram, which one you gonna do next, do Nas, do Tupac, he did with the Biggie. So you already know it gotta be the Nas one next, man. He gotta tackle that Illmatic shit. That's just what I want to see as a fan. Because you had Fashawn, dude from the Bay Area, do Illmatic beats, and you had the other cat from that group from Detroit, Slum Village, I think, Elzai, did the Nas shit. So you definitely want to just see, man, this nigga tackle Illmatic beats. You know what I mean? Illmatic and It Was Written, Stillmatic, Godson, and Life Is Good. Them the only albums I want to see this nigga spit on. So definitely shout out to John Connor, best in the world. I didn't want to make this shit so long, but I did. Pause. Number one, of course, we all know, Slaughterhouse House Rules, man. Like, can we say that came out of nowhere? And it's just so much shit happening in the hip-hop culture with Slaughterhouse. This album, Glass House, better be dope. I think that's still named the shit. But the hardest song on there comes from Crooked Eye and Joel Ortiz with Ill Mind Interlude. Did y'all hear the way Crooked Eye spit that verse? The last line was crazy. That nigga sound really good, but that's on the low, like on Machiavelli album where it said that Suge shot me. You know what I mean? The Machiavelli intro where it sounded like somebody said Suge shot me. Like, that line right there was crazy. I know I'm saying it wrong and fucked up, but y'all get what I'm saying. That song was dope. Then the song after that, Joe Budden solo song, was fire. He always does those type of songs, and that's the type of Joe Budden I want. The House Rules first song, Say That Then. They had something that was like, you know what I'm saying? Where it's like the beat was like, come on, y'all could come harder than this. But definitely still a dope-ass project, man. So I have to say that Slaughterhouse House Rules was fire, man. So we got Young Roddy, Flat, Route to Ruler, Fat Trail Bleach, XB Madness Begin, John Connor Best in the World, and Slaughterhouse House Rules, man. My top 5 mixtapes of the mid-year. Hope y'all enjoyed the videos. I'll be taking the day off tomorrow because it's the 4th of July. I should be back probably Saturday after I'm done handling business with my family and shit like that. But other than that, let me know what y'all think of the mixtapes, the albums, and the pop albums. And other than that, I'm out, man. Shout out to the new subscribers. I see y'all. Thanks for letting me hit 2,000 plus views. I fuck with y'all heavy. That's a big accomplishment. From what I hear, you know, I'm thankful to y'all. Y'all been supporting the great comments. I don't see no more hate. You know what I mean? Like I said, fuck with me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. I don't give out my personal email, bro, so, I mean, that ain't what it is. Kick, Snapchat, all that shit, though. You ask for it, you'll get it. I think I do a bid on that shit, so y'all already know where to find me at, so you ain't gotta worry about it. Just want to reach out, you know, to the subscribers, to the fans that fuck with me. Just chat it up, whatever, about anything. But other than that, I'm out, man. One.